Hi yogis. So today we're going to go through how to do Setu Bandhasana, which is bridge pose. It's a beautiful pose for opening up the front body and setting ourselves up for other back bends such as wheel, which we won't do today. But the posture has so many benefits in itself. So laying down on the mat and just making sure that the neck is straight. Bringing the heels towards the bum. The knees are in line with the hips. So just to check the alignment, maybe just checking that you can touch the fingertips to the feet. And then from here, we're going to place the hands on the mat. And as we exhale, we're going to slowly lift up into a bridge. So lifting up the hips, making sure that you're not moving the head around, keeping the neck nice and straight. And here, some people say to engage the glutes. Some teachers say not to engage the glutes. It really just depends on how it feels. So I normally try and engage the glutes in back bends, but not too much, if that makes sense. So trying to, if you can, lifting up the hips a little bit more. With the feet, just making sure that you're not coming onto the edges of the feet so that your knees aren't coming outwards. So the knees are nice and straight. Taking a few breaths here. And to come down, just coming down really slowly. Now, a really good way to make sure that we're using the right muscles is to grab a block and place it in between the knees. So as you lift up, you'll squeeze that block, bring the navel towards the spine, exhale, and you'll notice, bring my feet a little bit closer, you'll notice, you might notice some muscles switching on there. So maybe the hamstrings and the glute muscles. Some people like to interlace the fingers, come onto the shoulders. It allows the chest to open up that little bit deeper. Staying here for a few breaths. And then when you're ready, coming back down. One of my favorite poses is a supported bridge in Yin Yoga. So we start in the same position, but we take the block, or we can use the bolster. We take the block and we place it underneath the sacrum. So there's a few different levels here. There's 3 different levels on the block. You can have a play around with your levels. Now remember, this is probably a little bit too much for me, so I might go down to the middle level. Remember, with Yin Yoga poses, we normally hold the pose for between 3 to 5 minutes to target the connective tissue. So when you go into the posture, even though you feel like, yep, I can do this for a little while, you need to be able to hold that position and remain still. So don't go to the full extent of the posture. You need to find that balance between challenge, and you need to be able to soften in the pose. So breathing normally, well, not normally, you can breathe deeply. That can help your body to melt onto the block and onto the mat. This can really help those aches and pains in the lower back. And then we're not going to hold it for 3 to 5 minutes today, but hold it for a bit longer if you can. And when you come out, particularly with back bends, there may be a bit of tension in the back. So to overcome that, we can bring the knees from side to side, finding some movement in the lower back. We can even come to a twist on each side. And maybe instead of going down to Shavasana straight away, maybe bringing the knees into the chest and focus on really kind of planting that lumbar spine into the mat. Maybe hugging the elbows. Even happy baby is quite a nice counter posture for back bends. Massaging the lower back. And then release. Thanks, yogis, for watching. Drop a comment in the bottom of this video if you have any questions.